Tales of Passion. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast of The Ordinary Maverick. This is Ajay, your host, an ordinary maverick, sharing real life thoughts and experiences and maverick tips. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please do so, and you'll not miss another episode. I just have to close my eyes and go back to that moment in South Africa where I was in this concert having the time of my life listening to Brian Adams live the Bare Bones show to feel the same passion inside of me. Passion for the most amazing music being created live right in front of me that I have never experienced. Still gives me the goosebumps as I think about that evening. Screaming and shouting and singing along. It's the summer of 69 on top of our voices. Yes, I was there with my daughters, and that shared passion for the music that we were experiencing was unforgettable. And with that passion, the feeling of power, in that moment I was happy, energized, and full of passionate power. Okay, yeah. I somehow need to get my laugh right. It sounds like some villain in some movie. Anyways, continuing with the word for the month, pursuit, let's explore more about the pursuit for passion, for purpose, and power. Each of these pursuits is life changing, but when combined, it's a dynamite. It's that rush of adrenaline, the feeling of passion, of being powerful, as I recall getting onto a train and leaving my hometown and arriving in the big city of Mumbai as a young man during my job hunting days several decades back. During my childhood, we went back and forth between the city and living in our village and nearby town. But the draw of the city, the opportunities it offers, always pulled me in. And it was that driving force, that passion, that pushed me through my college years to continually perform and focus. It was towards that end in mind, and nothing else mattered. I wanted to get back to the city. At the time, my passion and my purpose were linked, and now reflecting back, nothing could have stopped me. At that moment in time, I felt I was invincible. It's funny though, I didn't have a job, had very little money, no firm prospects, but what I did have was loads of passion, of energy, and enthusiasm, and of conviction. Now, remember, time and again we have heard stories where passion has fueled success. I am a living example of this. No generational money or fame, no inheritance whatsoever. I did what I did and achieved what I achieved with my pursuit for passion. Fellow Mavericks, the pursuit for passion is powerful, especially when it's your passion. When we look at the meaning of passion, it's a strong and uncontrollable emotion, a strong feeling of enthusiasm or excitement for something or about doing something. A powerful or compelling emotion or feeling could be love or hate. Many a times it's used in the context of love, of desire, but passion represents so much more. Without passion, life can be dull, monotonous. Often we are asked, so what's your passion? I do believe that one can have many passions and all at the same time, right? Think about it. We are such multifaceted beings. How is it possible to just have one passion? And of course, the passions will shift as we evolve. And it's okay to take time to find that passion. For that, one needs to keep the curiosity spirit alive. Curiosity, the word for the month of January. Hey, if you haven't yet listened to the podcast in January, do take out time and do so. Some very interesting thoughts there. The three C's, chameleons, camaraderie, and more in those episodes. But coming back to finding the passion, doesn't it all come back to knowing yourself, being comfortable in what you are, and of course, experimenting, continuously pushing yourself out of the comfort zone? Like for me, my passion for coming to the city, creating a life there, climbing up the corporate ladder lasted perhaps a decade or so. Don't get me wrong here. I absolutely loved it and enjoyed every moment. But as I evolved, as new experiences and people came into my life, the passions shifted too. I wanted something else, wanted to give back in a more intentional way. And I quit my corporate career just when it was at its peak. Yes, was the vice president at the time, and despite differing opinions and hearing statements like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Just a few more years and you will be the MD somewhere," etc., etc. You must be absolutely crazy to leave now after putting in all these years, and so on and so forth. But I did quit. My passion had changed, you see, and I was being pushed internally towards another path. I took it and I have never regretted it. My life has been different for sure and richer and fulfilling. Not that the corporate one wasn't, but again, it's about what lights your fire. The fuel had changed and so did the direction. See, that's when the Maverick formula comes in. If one goes with their gut, is true, and always falls forward, the life engine will also be revved up and the life car will always reach its destination. So, in that vein, at one point, my passion was for fishes. Yes, you heard that right, fishes. I was just fascinated, and that passion led me to build a fish tank. Now, that wasn't easy. For one, I knew nothing about building a fish tank. I mean, no clue whatsoever. And two, we never had a fish tank at home, and definitely didn't know anyone that built one. But the more I thought about it, the more obsessed I became. And this is the nice obsessed, okay? You know, the one that gets you totally focused? I researched, found out as many details as I could, went and spoke to the shops that sell aquariums. There was no Google at that time, remember. But you know what? It was so much fun researching hands on rather than through a computer at your desk or as it today on your lap. Always found that name so true. It's on top of your lap, so laptop. How much more simplistic can it get? Well, to continue the fish tank story, all my passionate focus paid off. I did make a tank from scratch. It was a massive tank, 4 by 4 by 4 feet, and it was just beautiful. And we got our first pet, a goldfish that we named Johnny. I can get that peaceful, calm feeling by just closing my eyes and picturing the fish tank and Johnny swimming in it. Warm lights lighting up the tank and Kenny G playing in the background. It was sheer bliss. The passion paid off big time. And let me share something, fellow Mavericks. For the last 2 years or so, my passion for singing takes center stage. Well, there's a story here too, and I will share more in another podcast for sure. Passion is about energy and emotion and about continuing to fuel that passion. For me, it also connects to Ikigai. Have you heard about Ikigai? It's a Japanese concept that means your reason for being. You know, Iki means life in Japanese and Gai means value or worth. So Ikigai is your life purpose or your bliss. For me, it just intersects with your passion. I mean, let's see. If you love painting and you're good at painting, then your passion is painting and you've found your Ikigai. Ikigai is a philosophy, it's a concept, and it definitely needs more detailing. So watch out for that in the upcoming podcast episodes. Fellow Maverick, let's keep our pursuit for passion alive in 2022. Let me suggest something here. Make a list of your passions, past and current, and those yet to come. And take some moments just reliving, letting the memories wash over you. You will emerge refreshed and ready to continue your pursuit for passion. Do keep writing your comments and sharing your feedback at theordinarymaverick@gmail.com. And follow me on Instagram, #theordinarymaverick. I love hearing from you. This is Ajay signing off and wishing you have an amazing day, a super amazing year. Stay well, keep safe. Credits. This podcast series was put together as a team effort from the Bhardwaj family. Concept, design, title, researchers and reviewers Ajay, Sanjana, Avantika and Niharika Bhardwaj. Script, Sanjana. Cover design, Niharika. All rights reserved.